Hello friends, it's Rebecca and this is Yarn and Pajamas and this is Crochet Podcast number 2. So I am so excited to be hanging out with you guys today and talking about some crochet and talking about some yarn. I do want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed and stopped by and hung out with me for a little bit. I sure do love talking to everybody. I got so excited every time that a comment would pop up on my screen. I just loved hearing what you guys had to say and loved hearing what you guys were working on and what your crochet goals for the new year were. It was just so exciting. So I wanted to say thank you for being so welcoming and so loving and so supportive. It really is appreciated. And I also want to say thank you to Jane at Scraptastic Yarns and Ella at No Catchy Name. They sent some people my way, put it out that I had started a YouTube channel, and I really do appreciate that. That's just what I love about the Yarny community on here, is everybody is so supportive of one another. It's amazing, and I can't believe that I get to hang out with you guys, and yeah, I just love it. So let's go ahead and get started on some finished objects that I have to show you guys. I've actually gotten 3 things done these 2 weeks, and it was crazy because I was extremely busy. I don't know why, but I was extremely busy. But I got some crochet done, and I really did enjoy everything that I worked on. So yeah, there's that. So the first thing that I got done was my little Miss Gertie's dress, my little Goose. For anybody who doesn't know, on my first episode, whoops, I dropped something. On my first episode, I talked about I have a cement goose who lives out on my porch. Her name is Gertie. She guards my garden out there, and I decided to crochet her a dress for the winter, and I got it finished, and here it is. Let's see if I can get it all up in there. It is super cute. This is I Love This Yarn in Forest, and this little trim is white, and I do believe that it is a red heart. It was a scrap ball, and these were yarns that I had, in my stash back here in these totes. So I wanted to try to, use up what I had, and I thought this was a very good winter-like color for her. In the pattern, I thought that it was going to be too short, and it was. I had to add a bunch of extra rows on the end, but I just kept taking it outside and trying it on her, and when it got to the length that I thought it covers her enough and it looks decent, that was it, and it looks so good on her. And she also has a little scarf to match. Little scarf. And it's got little fringe on it. I loved putting the fringe on it. That was the first time that I ever got to put fringe on anything, and I just loved like taking it and putting it in my fingers and then like cutting it off real even. Like, that was very satisfying. I liked it a whole lot. And little Miss Gertie also gets a hat with a pom-pom. I didn't really put it on there very good because I will have to wash this when I dropped the scarf again, when she gets done wearing it, so that I can put it up. So I just kind of tied it in there so that I could take it off and wash it. See, there's the little string, so that I can take it and wash it and store it, and she'll have something to wear next winter. So I will try, because I'm not good at the editing thing, I'll try to put a picture in of Gertie wearing her dress. I had to go and take it off of her so that I could show you guys. She did not look pleased. And Gertie she stays outside year round, and every couple years I have to refreshen her paint for her beak and her eyes, and it is coming up on a refresh year, so she's a little self-conscious of that. She wishes that I would do it every year, a refresh, but I forget. And then I remember in the winter, but you can't paint in the winter because it doesn't dry. So there's that. And I got that pattern out of this book, the Goose. It's the light. It's like really glary. Aww. The Goose and Gander Fashion Parade by Sharon Hatfield. It's an Annie's Attic little leaflet booklet. It's got 16 patterns in here, different patterns. And it was in 2002, 2003, has the copyright. So it's pretty old, but I was perusing around on Etsy looking for Goose, you know, outfits that I could crochet, and I stumbled across someone was selling this in their Etsy shop, so I grabbed it up. And the geese, let's see if you can see, the geese are not cement. Mine is cement. These ones are plastic, so I think the plastic ones must be smaller than my cement one, so I want to keep that in mind when I'm making more from this book. So the second finished object that I have, well, the second and third, they're amigurumis. Amigurumi. I don't know why I said it like that. I'm trying to reach my book. I'm sorry, because I forgot to write down who the person was that designed the amigurumis that I done. Let's see. Yeah, and I forgot to write it down in here. So I will put a link down below. I can't believe I forgot to look that up before I started, but I think it's Alexi Red is the name of the store, but I'll put it down below. I think that I'm getting a little bit better at my descriptions and how to put stuff in there. I'll put down below a link to her store. So you get 4 patterns when you buy this. I've made 2, but you get 4, and it's the 5 Nights at Freddy's dolls. Now, I don't know a thing about 5 Nights at Freddy's, but my nephew likes it, and he asked me to make these for him. He searched around on Pinterest with me. He stayed with me for a week back in the summer. He searched around on Pinterest with me, and we found a pattern that he liked, and I'm just now getting around to doing it. But the first one that I got finished is called Roxy, and it's the Fox Pirate, I guess. He's got an eye patch here. So I think they're like animatronic things, I think, like robots or something. I'm not really sure. But I used on him, I used this color right here is I Love This Yarn and Rust. And then his little muzzle here and his little belly patch is I Love This Yarn and Cream. And then the silver is Red Heart Gray Heather, I believe. And the black was a scrap, so I'm going to say it was Red Heart Black as well. So, the little bits of his eye, which I crocheted, and I did not have fun crocheting the eye. It's spring green right in the middle. I don't know if you guys can see that. The spring green and white and black. So, I only had to make one for him because he's got his eye patch on. So he is finished and completely ready to go. I did, the pattern calls for to use an extremely small hook and extremely small yarn, but I used the worsted weight. But I used, for his little feet, I used the G hook, which is, what is that one, like a 4.5 or something. I'm not good at like knowing what the millimeters are. It's like I call them by the alphabet, so I don't really know the millimeters, but apparently a G is a 4 millimeter. And then for his body, I used the size F, the 3.75 millimeter. And for all of his little bits, like his little fur patches here, his eyes, his nose, his muzzle, his eye patch, I had to go down even smaller to a C, a 2.75. And I done that the same with my next one too. I used, for all of the little fiddly bits, I had to go down in sizes. But the next one that I got finished from that 4-pack was Freddy with the top hat. I liked the top hat. It was a little cool. He's got a bow tie on. You can't really see it. Even in real life, you can't really see it. It's not like, I think because my bear brown was too dark, that the bow tie doesn't stand out very good. But Freddy is, the dark brown is I Love This Yarn brown. And then his little belly patch and the inside of his ear and his feet and hands are Big Twist. I forgot there for a minute. In camel. And then the black is the same scrap of, I believe, Red Heart Black. And then for his eyes, I done something a little bit different. I don't know if you can see, but I used safety eyes and then the white yarn. And I liked it a lot better because it was a little bit easier for me to do than crocheting the eyes, because they were extremely hard, because it's like 3 layers. And I was just like, by the time I got to that third one, it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I just didn't like it. And the one thing that I changed was the ears didn't have the little brown part, the light brown part on the inside. And I thought it looked cuter with the little brown part on the inside. So I just made like a smaller little disc and put on the inside. I didn't even sew them. I just glued it in there with some E6000 glue. Went with that. So I got Freddy done. So that's all of my finished objects. I'm really super proud of myself for getting those 2 amigurumis done, because sewing is not one of my favoriteest parts of the amigurumi, and sometimes I'm known to get as far as having all of the little parts done and then putting off the sewing for quite some time. So I'm glad that I didn't and got it finished. So let's move on to works in progress. I have one, and it is the 3rd amigurumi from the set, and it is a little chicken or a duck. I'm not sure. It's got a beak, and she wears a little bib, and that's what I have done. It's the little bib, and it says, let's see if I can get it, "Let's Eat." And I took the like puffy paint for like shirts and stuff and just wrote the "Let's Eat" on there. The pattern has you to embroider, but again, I don't like the sewing part of it, so I just went ahead and wrote it in because I had some puffy paint downstairs in a drawer I found. So I've got her little bib made. And now I just have to start working on the rest of her. And this is that same scrap of Red Heart white and then black puffy paint. And that is all of the whips that I have. I do have one project that I want to start, and I've pulled out my yarn and got the pattern ready and the hook and have it downstairs ready to be worked on by my recliner. And that is, I would like to make Gertie another dress, and I want to make her the Valentine's one, which is this one right here. It is white in the picture with a red trim and this red heart necklace and it's like a little bonnet on her head. But I thought it would be super cute to do it in a pink and trim it in red. And maybe not make her heart necklace so big. I don't know. But it may look good on her because she's a bigger goose than the one in the picture. So I'll probably try it to see what she looks like. So I have all of the stuff ready to go for that. And I'll be working on that hopefully this week. And hopefully I'll have it done by the next time that I talk to you guys. I do have some acquisitions. It is some stitch markers that I ordered a little while ago. Not a little while ago because they're really fast on shipping. But I ordered it from the Nerd and the Hooker. They make the best stitch markers. So, the first set that I got, I've been wanting them for a while and I just have never gotten them, is the Mario sets. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you get the Mario, the Boo, the little ghosty, the turtle, the 1-Up, and the bomb. And they're so cute. And the next one that I've gotten is a Christmas one. I know Christmas is over, but they were so cute and they were just still there and I wanted them. And I didn't have any Christmas ones. So I got me some Christmas ones. We got a tree. These lights are so glary. A reindeer. Santa. I believe this one is a wreath. And then some candy canes. So, and there's their logo again, the Nerd and the Hooker. So, they make some really great stitch markers. I will also link their Etsy store down below. The stitch markers are really light. I like to use light ones when I crochet because I don't like the added extra weight that some of the heavier ones. Usually I use just like a little pin or one of those like plastic like diaper pin looking ones. I do have like some of the dangly ones and the heavier ones, but I find I like these the best. And I have another set that are Harry Potter themed, and those are the ones that I constantly use. So I'm getting ready to start using me some Mario ones. So that's it for this week. And I want to thank you guys so much for stopping by and hanging out with me. Let me know what you guys are working on down below. I'm really interested on seeing what you guys are working on, or like what you guys want to work on. That fascinates me. I'm really fascinated by temperature blankets here lately. I keep seeing like videos of people like making them and stuff, and it's just really fascinating to me. It makes me want to make one, but then I'm like, oh no. You're going to get excited about it, you're going to start it, and then halfway through it, you're going to stop, and then I'm just like, you know what? We just need to focus. We just need to focus. That was not in your goal. It could be one of your goals next year, Rebecca. So, let me know what you guys are working on. And thank you again for stopping by and hanging out with me. And I will see you guys in a couple of weeks.